He barely
He
remembers
and
it.
Holly put together a book that was Glen Wheeler, This Is Your Life. But since some of you weren't there, Jackie is going to narrate the first 30 years and refresh the memory of those who were there. And then Jackie and I put together the second 30 years. And I left some pages for the next 30 years.
Oh, God.
So, go ahead, Jackie.
Okay.
The letter's going to need to be that big.
Already big.
In the next 30 years, who's carrying the oxygen tank? It's me.
Glen Wheeler, This Is Your Life. Do you want me to read the first bit?
Yes.
Okay. Glen Warren Wheeler, This Is Your Life. Prepared with love by your loving sister Holly and wife Joanne, and then second half also by your adorable daughter Jackie.
That's going to look fresh there.
Born March 5th, 1951, to Bernard and Elizabeth Wheeler. He was so cute. The original was presented March 6th, 1981. He was a cute little baby.
Still though.
It just sounds little.
But he was especially cute at the age of 3 when his mother and aunt would take him shopping.
That's
He
hard
spent
to believe.
most of his shopping days in the car with the windows wound up with his aunt screaming bloody murder while his mother shopped, all because he would not let go of the little red fire truck that mommy wouldn't buy.
Shoplifting at a young age.
Now I know where I got it from.
Yes, our Glenn had an uncontrollable temper. Just ask Teddy, who at least once a day got the hell beat out of him. Why, you ask? Because Glenn didn't get his way.
Now it's all starting to
Beat
make
your
sense.
teddy bear?
His teddy bear.
Oh, my
And I
God.
used to throw temper tantrums like that.
And you used to call it a bear.
Bear?
What?
It's a bear.
Bear.
It's a bear.
Bear, he was country before country.
It's a bear.
It's a bear.
Bear.
Who would have thought that this little boy could be so mean? And there's a nice photo of him looking very angelic. Of course, as we all know, Glenn's biggest thrill was going to Sunday school every Sunday. There's a really great photo where he really looks unhappy to go to church. Maybe that's how he acquired his unresistible personality. He was always surrounded by girls. As Glenn grew older, he enjoyed many hobbies. Watching TV,
Girls.
riding his bicycle,
Girls.
watching TV,
Girls.
watching TV,
Girls.
and oh yes, watching TV.
Girls.
However, he did like to play baseball. That is where he mastered his second language, under the influence and direction of Jimmy Holhouse and Mark LeBar.
Oh, yeah.
It was a very strange language. All of the words began with SOB this and SOB that.
But she still uses today.
As he grew older, he found he had a deep love for music as well as TV. He practiced many long, hard hours. There's pictures from there. And started a band called Sunshine. You had a
Sunshine?
band named after me before I was born?
Yes.
It's amazing.
Sunshine.
You couldn't always recognize the songs they were playing,
On my
but you could
shoulder.
definitely recognize Sunshine's sound. Loud. Eventually, they became better and figured that they had better change their name. Of course, it was a very original name, Ajax. Was that a business
That's better.
No, it's now a toilet
Business
cleaner.
card from Ajax.
It's a toilet cleaner.
They had a clean act.
He used to clean up.
That's good, Steve.
Where were you when you were writing this part of it? 30 years ago. Or
30 years ago.
Yeah, okay. Along with the bands came the long hair image. He was so cute. And along with the long
Joanne must have
hair,
wrote that part.
She said my ass attracted her more than anything else.
Your hair was past her ass. How the hell could she see it from what I heard?
Children.
and along with the long hair came a groupie by the name of Joanne.
Groupies.
They were such a cute couple. Glenn loved Joanne very much, but not as much as his music, or his Firebird, or his TV. Well, being in the top 4 isn't too bad, I guess.
Nothing like a Catholic girl groupie, right?
How big is your TV screen now?
Wow. The biggest one I got now?
Yeah.
36.
I beat him. I got 42.
I was gonna say you'd think a TV freak would have a
Right, the whole wall.
He'd have a
wall, yeah.
You know, he'd have a projection with the
Projection.
screen. Yep, with the surround sound. Amateur.
There is no picture of Glenn's Firebird available. Unfortunately, before a picture could be taken, Glenn had washed the paint off the car.
I think we have a picture of it
Oh yeah?
somewhere.
As a matter
It's a
of fact,
picture of like Joanne's shower or something.
As a matter of fact, Glen washed 2 paint jobs off his Firebird. He's such a clean boy. But here's a picture of Glen.
Till I met you.
You cleaned the roof?
You put a name
What did I do?
You know what you do. Not you, him.
I don't know. The senior
Face
moment.
is awful red over there.
Senior moment over there.
It must be from the light. What do you think?
Yeah, let's see, tomatoes.
But here's a picture of Glen in his very cleanest. You win! It's a picture of him at prom with Mom. You don't know what a milestone it was for him to wear a tux.
Dirty mind clean.
You're right.
This is the boy who wouldn't attend his oldest sister's wedding because he had to wear a tux. Of course, in this picture, little did he know that he would soon again be wearing a tux and tie, but this time Joanne would be wearing white. Here he is again in tie and tux, eagerly awaiting the minute when he and Joanne would be joined in holy matrimony.
Probably eagerly to get it over with.
Which I didn't hear a word she said, and I was right next to her.
Are you sure it's legal?
That's what I keep telling you. It's not. I'm not going back.
That's all right. Common law took over a long time ago.
Yeah, that's true.
The extremes Joanne will go to just to get him to slow dance. The wedding was such a fun time. Glen was his usual fun-loving self. There was only one problem. We couldn't get him to decide whether he wanted to wear bows or lace. And there's pictures of him wearing both, so please
I
come take a
remember
closer
that.
look of this.
I remember that too.
Hang around here like the bows.
I remember the wedding.
Remember that, yeah.
The ceremony. Up, down.
Good
Up,
Catholic.
down. Up, down.
Catholicism
Things
keeps
around.
you,
Yeah.
keeps you healthy.
This saint.
Working on
This
your
saint.
quads.
This
Working on
saint.
your quads.
This saint.
Who can call him a male chauvinist?
The longest wedding ever been.
The longest wedding ever.
I know. I think Prince Charles and all had a shorter wedding.
I don't remember the wedding. I think I was napping.
And then we had to pay to dance with Joanne. Her damn father kept saying,
I'm still paying for it.
her father kept saying, pay money. Here, give her some money. They didn't even give you money. Money. The Uris.
Who can call him a male chauvinist? The highlight of the wedding to Glen was, as usual, riding around in a car. Only this time, he was sipping champagne and being chauffeured in a Rolls Royce.
But you don't have pictures of it.
No, there's one right here.
It's just a door in the window.
Yeah, I mean, it's the side of it, just a little bit. But after they were married, their friends thought that Glen was turning a little strange and that Joanne was becoming a real witch. Wah, wah, and there's a Halloween picture. Dad in his Star Trek vest.
Oh, it's Star Trek.
That's right. You used to love Star Trek, didn't you? You still watch it?
Yep, occasionally. Reruns.
The original or
All of them.
the original are funny now.
Yeah, it really looked
Which
fake, don't it?
back in the day,
That was
I
a
don't
big
remember
deal.
them being funny.
Oh, I know.
Well, back then,
Yes,
we thought that was
sci-fi,
all the
sci-fi.
High
special
tech.
effects was neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, high tech.
I remember one episode in particular where they were going back in time, and it was an analog thing.
Right.
You know, the years were going by analog on the ship.
Continue.
So,
Sorry to interrupt. Sorry to
so they
interrupt.
acquired a new circle of friends, whom they could relate to better. Simple Steve. Very nice Halloween photo. Courageous Chip and outrageous Elaine.
Outrageous.
I can't see what
That's
it is.
more.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see those
I think
pictures.
you're a clown.
Oh my god.
I'm not really sure what you are.
Nobody knows.
He likes to be
We
active.
still don't know what he is.
Nobody knows.
Maroon with a black face mask.
Ruth Ann used to dress me up. Ruth Ann,
Star Wars. What's that called? What's that guy's name?
Steve was a samurai.
Ruth Ann always dressed
How
me
what
up.
was that?
She would come up with the costume.
Oh yeah, you just played along.
I just wore whatever.
Jim, I'll tell you something right now. I love Star Wars to death, and I don't even know what the hell you were trying to
Yeah, I
accomplish.
figure it. Take a look. See what
I don't know.
I can check.
That's not.
Thank you, though.
You sure it's me?
You look like you were trying to pull off the Emperor's
maybe
guards with a
Maybe
lightsaber.
I know a date that night.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So let me check that one out.
That's my graduation robe, I know that.
What are you, like a werewolf
We
or something?
used
How dark
whatever
you
for
are.
costumes. Steve's was bedroom
It's
sheets.
like a werewolf.
Oh, really?
What?
Oh my
Bedroom
god. Oh,
sheets.
that's horrible.
One year she dressed us up like trash.
He won his white
had
trash.
these paper suits
Sorry
from
about that.
Mark.
Delay
They were
here.
just real
Trying to figure
paper
out what the hell
suits,
it was.
and she stuck like
Looks like you've got
just
like a sword or
trash
something.
all over
That's
her.
really funny.
Oh my
Did you
God.
smell
I
weird?
don't
All
know.
night?
She didn't make a smell. No.
I'm a Star Wars fanatic, and that don't look like anything from Star Wars either. See?
Everything white. You know.
Yeah.
Well, that's like something from Star Wars. I'm like, whoa. Let me
Give
see.
her that picture.
You sure that's me?
Back to the story.
Maybe not. I don't know. Okay. Was your graduation gown was that color?
Yeah, it was. That's what I said it was.
Yeah. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
we have more friends. Horrendous Holly. She looks very much like a Hun, actually.
Yeah, she does. That was before Hunter.
Flighty Sharon and Harry the Terrible. And Aunt Sharon's like a butterfly, and Uncle Harry, I think, is also some sort of ninja of some sort.
Big year for ninjas.
Yeah, big ears ninja.
He actually dressed up as a mummy. He went down to his friend, he was a medical student, and wrapped him all up in that white tape. And all he had was just enough to see and enough to breathe.
Couldn't go to the bathroom, but he was great. Yeah, man.
That ribbon kept getting yellow.
And the back kept getting browner and browner.
We're sick. We're sorry. Go ahead.
Basically, Glenn was a very happy person now. Always smiling. With a really great mustache now. He cherished his friendships and relationships with people. And he's hugging someone. Strange to see you hugging another man.
That's Uncle Harry.
Oh, I know, it's so strange.
That's why he's for gay marriage.
Oh, Harry.
He was enlightened.
Glenn was very well liked in the
That
community.
damn rock band stars.
He was always willing to
So
lend a
damn
helping
liberal,
hand
huh?
and help his neighbors.
Yeah, drugs do make you do weird things.
All right, kids.
Glenn was always a little camera shy. But we did manage to snap this picture of him and his nephew. Little did he know at the time that he would soon have one of his own to hold on the way. Well, that brings us up to date on what Glenn has been doing over the past 30 years. We would go on, but it's almost time for Star Trek. And you know what that means.
Party's over, everybody else.
One more thing, Glenn. Who was it that said your life was going to the birds? Well, in closing, we would like to say that unless you would like to get embarrassed like this again on your 60th birthday, you'd better behave yourself. Glen Wheeler, this has been your life. Part 1.
I think at that, if I remember.
Part
at that
one.
Party, they had a,
You're so damn old, you had to put
Yeah,
installments.
there are pictures in there.
I like that.
I took some.
Good call.
I could get a belly dancer, but her belly's gonna be the only thing dancing.
I remember belly dance.
All right, so now, Glen Wheeler, this is your life again.
Part 2.
Prepared with love by your loving daughter,
What house were you
Jacki,
living in then?
and wife,
7 years
Joanne.
ago?
Part 2 of the story. Presented March 5th, 2011. Glen Wheeler, this is your life again. 30 more years have passed and so much has changed. We couldn't even find a typewriter to update the book with.
Groundhog Day.
So what have you been up to all of these years? You were able to hone
You
your
look cool.
fashion sense. What other man could get away with wearing a granny sweater?
The gay marriage just keeps coming back up in this somewhere. Gary sweater, I mean,
Well, the one in the oven arrived. Glenn
He's ahead
was
of his
suddenly a father at 30 with a little red-headed terror. Joseph, you were real.
man, I had it going for me from the beginning.
Then not more than 6 months after the other little bundle of joy arrived, he decided he wanted to double the fun. So 9 months later, the cute little bald-headed beauty arrived on the scene, and he named her Jacqueline Nicole Wheeler.
We were going to name it E.T.
I'm glad you didn't.
I think ET would have been better. You know, also to be a conversation piece with all my buddies at work.
Well, 6 months after that, double trouble was more than he could handle, and Joanne too. They were worn out. So they left the kids with some capable sitters. Shame.
Smuggling your oldest.
And they went off to the tropical paradise of Hawaii. He enjoyed the beach, the views at the beach, and the natives.
Yay, coconuts.
After they
Love a
returned,
bunch of 'em.
he was very rested, and he enjoyed his children more. This would be the last major trip until after the kids were grown. Ocean City can hardly be considered monumental or a paradise. But as soon as they were adults, he longed for those tropical paradises and developed a thing for cruises. Where else could you eat 24/7, watch bands all night long, and enjoy the scenery, all for free? Well, you know how tight he is. He loved the ship, spending hours gazing out onto the ocean. Sometimes he even got off the ship. And he got a chance for a new cuisine that didn't involve Joanne's famous Cajun cooking.
I heard the Jello was even better.
What, blackened?
Blackened, yeah, there you go.
With 2 kids grown and college expenses gone, he found himself with lots of disposable income. And with that, he bought a sports car, 2008 Ford GT Mustang, his dream come true. Well, this was his second dream come true. The perfect family was surely his first.
I thought it would be Camaro.
After a while, things were a little quiet until one day, surprise! He found himself the grandfather of an 18-month-old little boy named Mason. He loved Mason, and they had a lot in common.
TV watching.
And sleeping in a recliner. Along with the car came the car shows. He put lots of money into that car, but now he had someone to enjoy it with. But that little someone had something else in mind. He was eyeing it up for himself, when one day he would be able to drive it.
Mason already got plans.
Same it is. And he had more time for his music again, playing his guitar every night before he went to bed, and even sometimes jamming with his little brother. It was nice that they could now play together instead of Glen chasing Shane around, shouting words in a foreign language.
You play Stairway to Heaven every night for you.
All of this excitement in his old age wore him out, and he relished those napping times. So, what's in store for you, Glen Wheeler, for the next 30 years? Who knows? Hold on to your hat.